What we've seen is higher grade structurally controlled mineralization plunging at depth, coupled with significant widths of near-surface mineralization starting from surface over significant apparent widths. So our just on Tuesday released results reporting 113 meters at 0.84 grams per ton, starting from surface. So those two things are things that we like to see, and we're hoping to see more of that.
Welcome to those tuning in to the Assay TV, where we are rounding up day 2 of our mining investment event London. I'm thrilled to welcome Marco Roque, the CEO of Cassiar Gold, and Jill Maxwell, the VP of Exploration. So welcome.
Thanks for having us, Katie.
Thank you. Great to be here.
So Marco, as CEO, I think you can answer this first question for any unfamiliar viewers. Can you just give us a bit of background to the company?
Absolutely. So Cassiar Gold is focused on our flagship district in northern British Columbia, Canada. We have 5 past producing mines. It's a massive district with a lot of exploration potential. Because of the past production, it comes with great access, great infrastructure, fully owned and permitted mill, and 2 Mines Act permits already in place. We have a resource from early 2022, 1.4 million ounces at 1.14 grams per ton of gold, right at surface, inferred, and open for expansion. Since the last resource update in 2022, we've drilled 46,000 meters across the property, very big hit ratio. Our vision for the company is continue to advance our target bank, advance our resource base to transform this into what we believe the potential is, a tier 1 district, which means eventually a 5 million ounce district.
Excellent. And moving over to Jill, as we know, Cassiar is a large bulk tonnage opportunity with quite a vast 59,000 hectares of mining claims. What is the exploration strategy there?
So we have the foundational resource that Marco mentioned. We continue to expand mineralization at the deposit. We've drilled up to 29,000 meters over the last 3 seasons in the area of the resource as part of the 46,000 meters we've drilled property-wide. So those results are going to lend themselves to supporting the resource update in early 2025. And from there, moving forward, we'll continue to push to expand the mineralization at the Taurus deposit, as well as find more gold through exploration. So we want to understand the full potential for gold endowment in the district. We'll continue to explore just advancing the project with the intention of demonstrating that we have a robust resource base with the potential to eventually, hopefully, lead to a development scenario. So there'll be plenty of diversity to that approach. So some ongoing deposit-based drilling, as well as looking at areas away from that foundational resource for brownfields targets, as well as looking at areas with potential for new discovery. So building that more robust target pipeline is one of the advantages of controlling an entire district.
And as you've just mentioned, in terms of drilling and exploration, the company has drilled 30 diamond drill holes with the results from 11. You've also done geophysical surveys and you've had findings from the field program which remain pending. What are you hoping to see there? What do you hope this shows?
Right, so of the 30 holes that we've completed and the results released to date, what we've seen is higher grade structurally controlled mineralization plunging at depth, coupled with significant widths of near-surface mineralization starting from surface over significant apparent widths. So our just on Tuesday released results reporting 113 meters at 0.84 grams per ton, starting from surface. So those two things are things that we like to see, and we're hoping to see more of that in the coming with pending results. Now, the field component of the program with the geophysics, mapping, sampling, soil sampling, that program was designed with a systematic focus on just foundational geology for the property. So building up the geological baseline for the property through advancing the mapping and surface sampling coverage. And then the intention of the geophysics that we've collectively been doing over the 2023 and 2024 field season has been to help characterize the signature of known deposits, known mineralization, and as well as the coverage of our soil surveys, and extend that coverage into areas unknown. So we're hoping to identify the signature of mineralization at known deposits and look for opportunities to identify repetition of the setting. Characterizing the physical and chemical components of the known deposits on the property is key for us to be able to take the collective recipe of those characteristics and identify new opportunities with similar settings in areas outlying these deposits. We want to be able to repeat what we've done, and we are hoping to identify characteristics of the deposits that we already know on that.
Excellent. And the drill program, as you said, it's designed to explore this expansion opportunity and new targets. What new targets are you seeing there? Do you have any specifics?
Right. So last year, we put 6 holes into a new target. It was our first time as an operator drilling the New Coast target, which is located 2.5 kilometers south of the flagship resource, the Taurus deposit. So what we like to see, what we saw from that drill program that we like to see is really similar physical characteristics to what we see at Taurus. We see narrow sheeted vein sets, high density narrow sheeted vein sets over extensive intervals, and a broad alteration halo that surrounds those veins with abundant sulfide mineralization. So those alteration halos, narrow sheeted vein sets, and sulfide mineralization is what we see at the Taurus deposit. So really similar characteristics and really similar grades were returned, with the highlight interval being 95.3 meters at 0.9 grams per ton. This year, in 2024, we've gone back and drilled 3 follow-up holes at the New Coast target. Results for those remain pending, but we're looking forward to receiving those. What we're seeing within a 4-kilometer radius of the Taurus deposit is several prospects. There's thin cover surrounding much of the area of the resource, but where we do have outcropping mineralization and some historical data, we are finding exposure where we see, again, narrow sheeted vein sets at the same orientation of the veins at the Taurus deposit. We see the same alteration assemblage, the same extent of that alteration halo around those veins, and the same habit to the sulfide mineralization. And we're also seeing comparable grades in grab samples, as well as drill holes where we have drill tested these targets. So we're starting to see a really common trend through a lot of these satellite target areas. So, for us, we do believe that we're seeing indications of a much larger system moving through the area, a much larger mineralized corridor. Hopefully, it would be, we aspire to demonstrate that everything potentially could connect, but even if it doesn't, if any one of these satellite targets happens to demonstrate the same volume potential that we know Taurus to carry already, that could go a long way to expanding the resource base for the property.
And Marco, back to you for this final roundup question of the interview. Our investors would love to hear of some milestones coming in future months.
Absolutely. So we have this season, in 2024, we've drilled 7,200 meters. We have completed over 70 square kilometers of geophysics, including IP, drone mag, and VLF. We also did a lot of mapping and sampling. So we're looking forward to release all of the results and interpretations from all of that work. In addition to that, in late Q1, early Q2, we're looking forward to release an updated mineral resource estimate in 43101 as well. So a lot to look out for.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for sharing a minute with us, both Jill and Marco, and we can't wait to hear more in the coming months.
Thanks for having us.